Let me use my daughter, Miss Shireen, and let me ask Sean to come in, okay? This is another reason why we're here. Okay, now we're gonna call Shireen the white lady, okay? The black lady. If I'm nicer to her than I am to her, that's why we're here. And let me explain that. It goes back to that black baby, white baby syndrome. Have you seen that experiment?
Yeah.
Where the child who's black chooses a what? A white doll because it's a good baby. It's not bad.
Right.
So my point is, we're here to get rid of that. Our children are choosing dolls like that because we think like, where are they getting it from?
Right.
We have to stop thinking about color when it comes to each other, and especially, now notice now, if it was a white child, going to choose a what? A white doll. So it makes sense. It's natural to choose your what? Your own. So we're here to learn how to choose us. Me, ourselves. We're here for that. It's in our own best interest. It's natural. It's the thing. It's what we should be doing. Look at us. Work on us. Y'all got it? Leave everybody else alone. They can do their own thing. We're on the bottom. They're not. You got it? So who are we to be so ingratiating and we want to help everybody else? I'm sorry. We are the most big. We need the help the most. Okay? That's why we're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah Muhammad and Sarah Rogers. Next up, we have Sarah Virgie Hunter to tell us about Stork's Nest.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to be here. I just say, y'all don't talk long enough for me.
Tell us
Talk
who you
a
are.
little while longer for me. All right, I'm going to actually use the curriculum for Stork's Nest. This is what it looks like.
Tell everybody who you are.
Oh,
National.
title and everything.
We need your title,
All that
please.
kind of good stuff that I don't have to do. My name is Virgie Hunter, and I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. And as Sarah Baker said, my title is co-coordinator nationally for Stork's Nest. So I bring you greetings from the national body of
All
Zeta Phi
right.
Beta. Miss Mary Grove Wright. And so in that respect, I will go on. I could probably use this is kind of like my cheat sheet, but I have lived and breathed Stork's Nest for over 20 years now as the chairperson for Stork's Nest in my chapter, as well as the board chair for Stork's Nest Charity Fund of Dallas. So I can live and breathe this, but I want to use the statistics that come from our curriculum to, be more accurate. Stork's Nest is a collaborative effort with Zeta Phi Beta sorority and March of Dimes Foundation. And in no way will you ever see, or you should not ever see, a Stork's Nest being run by only the March of Dimes or others. I've seen that try to happen. Other people may get a grant from Stork's Nest, and then they run it without the March of Dimes and Zeta Phi Beta sorority. We are an intricate part of Stork's Nest. It began in the early 70s in Atlanta, Georgia, under another name. I think it's this information not at all, not ever. But it began back in 1972 in Fulton, DeKalb County, and the name of it was Better Infant Birth. Bill was his name, Bill for babies. And it was a highly successful program. It was brought to our national body back in the early 70s. And we had a national president, Janice Ann Kistner, who was working information from their Georgia chapter, and then it became a collaborative effort from the very early 70s. Back in 1976, I believe, the first Stork's Nest came to the Dallas area and had a Zeta chapter. We landed in South Dallas, and we're still in the southern sector of Dallas working our Stork's Nest. But back to the partnership. The partnership with Zeta Phi Beta sorority and the Marshallines. Stork's Nest encourages women to make and keep prenatal care appointments and participate in prenatal education classes. They never put in here that they are free, but they are free classes to the public. All you have to do is just show up. We'll give you this wonderful information for free. We'll give you gobs and gobs of materials and brochures that you can take home and read, even information for your partners, for your family partners, and for the fathers of the babies. We give you that kind of information, understanding that it takes two to make womb. It takes two. I used to work with teenage mothers in Dallas, and I would ask them this question because I also gave them parenting classes on the weekends, and I asked them, if something terrible was to happen to us right here in this building, and you were no longer in existence, your baby was with your family members, who would be the next of kin for your child? And you know what those babies told me? My mom. My granny's raising me, my aunt's raising me, my auntie. I said, oh, really? What happened to the baby's dad? Oh, he don't count. I said, what you mean he don't count? He's counting with it. Making this baby. You know, I said, so your family's health and the baby's father's family's health count into the baby's health. They asked me, well, Miss Hunt, how come my baby got asthma? Don't nobody in my family have asthma. I said, okay. What about the baby's dad? Oh, yeah, he got asthma real bad. Well, you don't think that asthma that his side of the family? No. I said, child, you have to include everybody that made this baby in the baby's health. You have to take care of that. You might not like him no more, because that's what they can tell me. I'm not love. I don't like him no more. I said, but he is included in this baby's health. And you got to include him more and more in what's going on with your child. It's your child. It's not just your child. It's y'all's child. You know, together. And so you have to work that out. And that's what Stork's Nest is about now. We didn't used to include the partner in the points that you would get in Stork's Nest, but we do now. And before, I would always encourage somebody else to come along, whether it was the mother-in-law, the granny, the granddaddy, the new aunties, the little ones. You know, they might be 9 to 10 years old. Include them in there, because when you have a baby, whomever you're around is included in that. You know, whether it's you have morning sickness, night sickness, in-between sickness, you know, all of that does matter. So everybody is having this baby. Because I can remember when my oldest niece had her baby, all of us were included in that. My sister was 19 years old, and here was this baby coming in the house. And back a few years ago, she's 40-something, now I can tell her age, I ain't gonna tell mine. But 40-something years ago, we were still using cloth diapers. And my mama didn't play. You didn't use her dryer in the summertime, which I was born in July. And you just didn't use her dryer in the summertime when the wonderful sunshine was out there. So we had to go out there and hang those diapers. And she wore diapers until she was almost 2 years old. So that meant as one, we had to wash to get the diapers and dip them. We had to dip them, and rinse them out. And then you had a whole load of hand me the down. It's, you dirty them up, you're gonna help me clean them. So that's what we used then, and then we went through that sound old-timey, but it helped her a whole lot because as she progressed and went on, then she adopted some of those same things, and she didn't use crop doctors with her babies because, you know, that was just real old in the 90s. So you used cloth diapers, but you didn't do that. But this is what we try to teach in Stork's Nest. Maybe some of the old ways that has gotten us through, and that's why you would include the family members and the wonderful others that are in our lives. We include them in there as well. It's not part of the curriculum, but it is and should be a part of their lives. And what happens, because folks tend to call me grandma and they mom, they continue to call me after they leave the classes, because I try to put a little bit of me in every class that I will teach. I've got to live and breathe this particular curriculum because I've learned the old one, and now I've got to live and breathe this so that I can know it off the top of my head like I did that, and I rarely use the book then, just like I'm not doing it now. But just like Sarah Muhammad said, too many babies are being born premature. And premature is when a baby is born before 37 weeks of pregnancy. It's a common, costly, and serious health problem that affects more than 450,000 babies each year. And like she said, we're on the bottom, but we're at the top of those statistics. So many babies that look like us are being born premature, and it does carry over. It carries over in their health life. It carries over right into that classroom too. Retired teachers, kindergarten too. It carries over into their health life, you know, short attention span. They have other kind of health problems, and it keeps them from learning. We're behind already because for some reason in the African American community, we think that everything's gonna happen when they get to school, and it doesn't. They need to start some of this at home. And as we address this problem, we want to be able to get out in the community and get that word out so that we can get the mothers in, not only to our classes, but into the medical aspect of it too. Our objective is that we give out incentives as well as prenatal education information that comes from the martyrdom primarily, and get them more information about community resources, because if they're having a baby, they need to know where to take that baby for child care as well. And hopefully it's either low cost or no cost, like Head Start. And some of the elements of our Stork's Nest program starts off with you and your pregnancy, prenatal care, eating healthy during pregnancy, stress during pregnancy, things to avoid during pregnancy, the big day, labor and birth, caring for your baby, postpartum care, and then we want to celebrate these women at the end for graduation. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Virgie Hunter. Next, we're going to have our boot camp, and that's going to be Maya Brown and Pamela Joyner.
Maya Brown.
Maya. Oh, okay.
Maya's doing high impact for those who can really work it out. Go with Maya, we're going to go outside, and then for the low impact people, you can stay right here.
So those who would like to do mid to high impact, please go to the lobby. Maya's standing out in the lobby. And those who want to do a low impact exercise, stay in this room.